Dr. Jesus Roderick C. Tuazon. You may take your seats. Thank you very much for the kind and generous introduction, and thank you further for not mentioning my date of birth, Colonel Faustino. Father Hermito de Sagon, OP, ROTC Regent, Professor Josephine Pepin Placido, Dean, Honorary Corps of Lady Sponsors, Colonel Jose C. Faustino, Infantry GSC, Philippine Army Commandant of Cadets, officers and staff of the UST ROTC Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mr. Rene Fabre Bautista of Sinagtala, class of 1988, the incumbent National Commander, and my successor in the UST GCC Alumni Association Incorporated, fellow alumni, headed by not necessarily from most senior to junior, but from most experienced to junior, Professor Manuel Cueto, class 57, the able-bodied Matartaraki General Jose C. Bandong of class 67, sir. Professor Fred Cabuang of class 71, sir, and the rest of my revered upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, my tormentors and mentors in the Corps. Beloved and proud parents of the cadets, members of the graduating class of cadets, cadet officers and elements of the Golden Corps of Cadets, special mention to the graduating class of Cabalhinan to 2013, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. During the alumni homecoming and third loyalty parade about 3 Sundays ago, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Federico Alfonso T. Reyes, the outgoing Corps Commander, approached me and invited me to be the guest of honor and speaker during today's ceremonies. Cognizant of my humble beginnings, my mediocre position in society, and the presence of more eloquent and illustrious speakers, I was a bit hesitant to accept the invitation, so I asked him why he chose me in particular. The answer was straightforward and simple. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Reyes also wanted to be a doctor. This made me ponder on 2 things. Did he simply want to extract tips and information that may guide him in his chosen career? Or was he trying to follow in on my footsteps, since we both have trekked the same path thus far? I just hope that he shares the same sentiments with the rest of the members of the graduating class in choosing me. Nevertheless, my gratitude goes to them for inviting me. I was both honored and humbled by this gesture. It gives me the distinct privilege to be a part of the history of the Golden Corps and my alma mater once again, and the opportunity to enjoy the nostalgic moment all together. From that conversation, I gathered that my additional task as the speaker today, at the very least, is to try to deliver words of encouragement from an upperclassman's point of view to the graduating class on this, their day of reckoning. Be that as it is, let us keep it simple. Let us not talk about politics. Let us not talk about government nor economics. And let us not talk about showbiz articles either. Instead, let us set our sights on the Corps and the UST ROTC. Let us talk about you, the graduating class, and some personal experiences. About 28 years ago, the Mandirigma class of 85 of the UST Golden Corps of Cadets, the class which I belong to, enjoyed its last few days of living the regimented way of life as a cadet here on these very hallowed grounds where you stand on today. Looking back to that time, I vividly remember how young and vulnerable we looked like then and how we felt during those fateful days. I could see our very own faces in you, members of Cabalhinan class of 2013. I could see faces beaming with pride and dignity for having been among the chosen few who survived the rites of passage. The chosen few who were privileged to have worn the majestic gala uniform, which to us is not only a symbol of pomp and splendor, but a sacred symbol of excellence, grandeur, and the glorious trail kept ablaze by our forefathers. In you, I could see faces yearning to shout out ecstatic feelings of satisfaction for having been among the chosen few who were gutsy enough to have endured the most grueling, the most demanding, sometimes frustrating and exasperating 3 years of their lives. Mind you, it used to be 4 years during our time. I could feel your chests pounding with honor for having hurdled all the challenges of cadet life. From your SCO days when you learned your first lessons in humility, having been treated as the lowest ranking mammal of the Corps, up to your first class days when you were regaled as the beasts of the barracks and the lords of discipline. Notwithstanding, you had to endure this on top of and amidst an ever-growing and hectic academic schedule. But behind all this glory, I could also see faces painted with doubt, hesitation, and of being uncertain of what lies ahead in the future. Yes, believe me, I know the feeling because I was once in your shoes. Same as you are, anxious but excited, uncertain but hopeful, jubilant and yet reserved. Right after my college graduation, I was faced by one of the major crossroads in my life. I was caught between deciding to pursue a career in the military, which was my boyhood ambition, or to pursue a degree in medicine, which was merely my second choice. Respect for my elders and stronger winds blew my sails towards the direction I am in right now, that of being a doctor. But of course, I could not just shift gears and turn my back against the Corps I have so loved. The Corps has been my stepping stone, my rock and my foundation. It has been the seed which I grew from. The Corps, and for that matter the ROTC in general, have played a major role in shaping my life. It has taught me several lessons which have been my guide and beacon during my career as a doctor and as a surgeon. The Corps has taught me to level up, to face challenges head-on, and to always strive to be the best. That is why I did not content myself simply with just being a doctor. I wanted more challenges. I wanted more epinephrine rush. I wanted more blood. So I got into surgery. Leading the life of a surgeon is no easy task. It is much more demanding compared to all other specialties. It was just a blessing that, like you, members of Class 2013, I was privileged to have marched through these hallowed grounds. From here, I have learned that ROTC was not merely marching under the scorching heat of the sun, nor drills and ceremonies. It was not merely about soldiery. The ROTC molded character. It was a narrow road which transformed boys into men, and it made leaders out of these men. From the ranks of the Lone Red Line, I picked up invaluable lessons on discipline, persistence, fortitude, integrity, honor, excellence, resilience, initiative, adaptability, courage, humility, learning the value of time, developing physical stamina, patriotism, and a lot more. Although I have not landed in the profession of arms, I am grateful just the same for all these lessons that I have gathered. They have helped me breeze through my medical days. They have helped me withstand the challenges in my chosen profession. They have practically helped me hurdle some obstacles of daily living and helped me in my quest to find my place under the sun. 28 years hence, here I am right now speaking before you. Just like me, be grateful that your academic mentors have equipped you not only with competitive classroom knowledge, but with positive Tomasian virtues that will guide you through your future. Furthermore, just like me, I am optimistic that the UST ROTC has also trained you to be better persons and good citizens of the land. I am certain that your training with the SEO has inculcated into your systems the meaning of discipline, perseverance, and determination to accomplish a mission assigned to you. I am absolutely certain that your upperclassmen have instilled into you the noble traditions of the Corps, which have molded the lives of its sons and daughters for many generations. All of your experiences here on the parade grounds of the Corps will help you form a solid foundation that will catapult you to greatness in the future if made proper use of. Cherish all of them and keep them in your bag of memories, for they can even boost up your morale when you need a push. These lessons are essential and will come in handy in the multifaceted prism called life. Use them as your arsenal when dealing with uncertainties in the next chapters of your lives. There will be times, however, when the going gets even tougher than expected, that you will need a brother, more experienced shoulders to lean on, and stronger arms to pull you up. Rest assured that we, your brothers and sisters, and upperclassmen in the Lone Red Line, will always be here to extend a helping hand. Come rain or shine, be it in the mountains of the north or the plains of the south, east, and west. If your memory would serve you right, the black rosary kept in your right front pockets during your SEO days is there to strengthen your faith and your belief that there indeed is a God in the high heavens who watches over us. I admonish you to kneel before our Heavenly Father and Supreme Saber Commander when you need spiritual guidance and strength, and to thank Him for all the blessings He has bestowed upon you. When personal victory finds you, or when success lands on your shoulder, and you finally find your niche in life, always remember that there will still be others who will come after you in the Corps, who might also need a shelter during a storm. Be there for them, just as your upperclassmen were there for you during your storms. As you embark on the next leg of your journey and leave the Cadet Corps and the portals of this institution, may I remind you to always look back to the hallowed grounds where you came from. Look back with pride. Look back with honor. Be proud of your glorious past and forever be bullion. To Kabalhinihan, Class of 2013, congratulations for a job well done. But remember, this is only the beginning. This is just the sound off. The more important successions of parades and review, which you have been training for, are just about to commence tomorrow. Be steadfast, soar like an eagle, but remember to keep your feet on the ground. Live up to your class name and bring forth positive winds of change in honor of God, country, and Corps. To the incoming first-classmen of Class 2014, the torch of leadership and saber of authority are now in your hands. Take care of the Corps as your predecessors did. Continue to nurture it as the cradle of a distinct breed of gentlemen and ladies of the finest order. Chin in, chest out, and carry on. Thank you and good afternoon once again.